Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. I hope you've had a fantastic week. It is Thursday once again. Time for the Talk to Me America show. Excuse me. I'm ldghwih, your hostess. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. It looks like everything seems to be working, in the words of Styx, which also, too, he's fussing about some things I'm going to be talking about today as well. We are live, supposedly. So far, everything looks good, and I'm getting 5x5s everywhere. So, fantastica. Haha. SM Jameson. Haha. Cross streams. Hi, Roomba. I'm what? I'm be on Odysee till the train derails. Okay, there you go. I agree. I agree. All right. Pastor Chatelet, thank you. Welcome, and thank you. Everything's 5x5. It looks like everything's working, so yay! All right, we are celebrating show number 100 today. I can't believe I've gotten this far. I still can't believe I've actually talked this much. However, many folks have done much more talking than I. Of course, I'm not comparing myself or envying or modeling or anything like that for anybody else. I don't usually talk to my creations or anything else while I'm creating them, and we do have a pretty quiet home life. We talk occasionally, but even that's subdued sometimes around the house. I know I don't seem like it. I have the ability to be boisterous, but I don't always. In fact, I'm one of those ones that can change depending on whatever the situation might be as far as being outgoing or not being outgoing. But when I get home or afterwards, it's like, I'm an introvert. I'm one of those introverts. It's like, yeah, I can't wait to get home. Let me go rest. I get exhausted by doing that kind of stuff too. Funny coming from someone that stage performs quite a bit anyway. Heck, I actually didn't even really want to talk that much on the show. Hence the fact, call-in talk show. That's why I made it a call-in talk show. However, I thank you guys all for being here and helping me grow in this endeavor. And I'm still amazed that anyone out there will actually listen to me. However, also, too, I believe that God has placed us all together here for a reason. And, of course, as always, I feel bound to serving you by putting on the best show that I possibly can. For my fellow humans, just as I know that all of you try to put your best foot forward for God's will as well. I still feel unworthy, but I guess that's because I actually am unworthy, and I probably never will be worthy. But that's all taken care of me. That's all taken care of. And I'm grateful, and I couldn't and wouldn't be able to do this without him or you guys. So, number 100, yay, hooray, whoops-tee-doo, wee-hee-hee. And once again, thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Let me see who's on my chats for the moment. Let's see, down here on YouTube, I have Limited Access. She says she'll meet me on Rumble because Odysee is funking out on her again. Does that have anything to do with how the FEC supposedly took over our library coin? Whatever it is. Audie giving me issues again, Limited Access, and I have no patience for it tonight. I understand, especially if you want to hear the show and not be interrupted and like listening and watching, because when that little circle goes around, that's pretty frustrating. You can't hear anything, and it's like, man, I'm missing everything. So let's see who we got on here. I saw somebody go ree way before I even started the show. I think it was Sparky the Welder. Welcome to the show. Sai is out there at the moment. You guys were talking to each other. Pastor Chatelet, my main moderator, thank you for being here. And of course, if Pastor Chatelet's here, that means That means he is simulcasting my show to the pond. So hello, pond. Welcome to the show. I appreciate y'all being here and being there. Don't forget to stop by so I at least get one of your numbers, you know, and send me some fire. Will ya? Some fire. Some fire. I need some fire. Need some cash, too. I actually just paid the phone bill again. I actually contemplated whether or not I wanted to do a change to the show or anything like that, but I decided let me try for one more year because it's only been 2 since I've been doing this. In fact, January, the first week in first week in December makes 2 years doing live shows, and from what I can tell, I'm going to not be here for Thanksgiving, which, you know, is a Thursday. I not only have to cook, but I've got ginormous amounts of family in town. There is no way I can sit on the computer all day and ignore them while they're here. So I am taking next Thursday off, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone, of course. And if my calculations are correct, I'm going to be out of town the next week too for that Thursday, although I'll try to put something up. And I may be mistaken, but I'll let you know next week. But I'm taking Thanksgiving off, which of course is next week, if you can believe that. Geez, this year has gone absolutely. Zom, welcome to the show. I'm your ninja. America will survive. Salty Matt Jameson, hello. Is it me you're looking for? I don't know. I guess Odysee is going to be AIDS tonight. I'm sorry about that, but that's one of the reasons why I don't broadcast on merely one platform. In fact, I got that advice from everybody, from Salty to Pastor to everybody that we talked to. Everybody on here. Let's see, 5x5, okay. Drunken Rocky! Don't forget his show is on right after mine, 9 o'clock Eastern time? No. 10 o'clock Eastern time. Gonna be a great. She's got to undo the laptop. Okay, I gotcha. If too boofy, you can play over video. Yes, I'm over on Rumble, and I am on YouTube, and I am on Kick, Kick. New platform. I don't know a whole lot about it except for the fact that I continue to get notifications on my email that Pastor Chatelet has gone live there. That was actually something I asked before, and I don't think I either saw the answer to it, or maybe you didn't hear me when I asked. But why is it that I continue to get, it's every couple of hours. Do you have to, like if you're streaming live 24/7 like Pastor Chatelet usually does, do you have to continue to restart your stream on Kick like every 4 hours or something like that, or every couple of hours or whatever? So let's see. Rocky, yes. Yes. Let's see. America will survive. Smooth on Rumble. The Gray Man, welcome to the show. Welcome. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Drunken Rocky's also over there on Rumble. Size on Rumble. Limited access. It's the signing in, Laura. Like Rumble, it doesn't buffer as much. Okay. I'm your ninja. Okay. Salty Mad Jameson. Everybody's over there on Rumble as well. That's cool. That's very cool. Audie is boofing. Yes, Audie is boofing. Well, that's like I say, that's why I do more than one stream. Thankfully, thanks to you guys, I'm able to do that as well. You've upgraded my system enough to where I have minimal glitches. Although for some reason or another... Oh, Laura, just set up the computer to stream a turkey rotating. Why not? I've seen dumber things that people are watching and paying for. In fact, I was over at my son's house not too long ago. The last time, I think what was it, last weekend before that, over at our son's house, and he was playing some guy that was that was on Twitch. He was playing something on Twitch, and this guy, he was intense playing this game. I mean, I didn't see him talking or anything like that, and of course you see the game all moving around and everything like that. And he explained to me that if you actually have subscribers, they pay like $5 a month to subscribe to you. So he had like 1,500 and some odd viewers. He had like about 10,000 not subscribers, but followers. And then out of those followers, he said that even if he had 10% of that, he's making like $5,000 a month. I'm like, for sitting there intensely playing a game and actually letting all your muscles atrophy and all the lights and everything like that suck all the vitamins out of your skin. Alpha Wolf, welcome to the show. Let's see. I don't restart once a day unless I crash. Oh, okay. I don't know how often you crash. Waffle Salter, welcome to the show. There's a lot of people here today. Thank you for being to my 100th show, my 100th live feed since I have started doing this. It's actually quite an accomplishment, but I'm still having trouble believing I actually talk that much. I've been told that I do, but again, only in certain situations. If you knew me at home, you'd be bored to tears with me. Because in fact, I've actually thought about, putting, aiming my camera down while I'm making something bejeweled, or while I'm fixing something, or while I'm gluing things together here on my desk, and doing that live so you can watch me. I'm thinking to myself, people watch less boring things or more boring things. In fact, my husband likes to tell this story. And Glizzy Gobbler, who is, I've never heard of Glizzy Gobbler. That sounds horrible, but it's something to do with the turkey cam. I actually have neighbors that have turkeys. You can hear them in the morning. They actually make that sound. I was blown away. 12:05. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Fire. Yes, definitely. I need to fire into cash. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Let me do my plugs. I was talking about something else, but I forgot what it was. Somebody remind me real quick. 'Cause I'm a blonde. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't believe I talked that much, yada. Okay. How about some plugs? Of course, I was watching 451 Actual, and of course he's teamed up with Kevin's Chaotic Coffee for the No Prisoners podcast. But yay, on Wednesday we got some jams. I was like, yeah man, I really missed that. And of course my sons are working on the final finishing touches of their newest 5 songs, I believe. They sound pretty good to me, and some of the messages are right on. Based people. Waffle Salter, thank you so much. I should give you 100 of these. Thank you very much for the donation. You get one of these, of course. Definitely you get one of these. Appreciate that. That's how you do it there. And of course, I'll tell you the rest of how to do it. If you're on Odysee, I've got the what do they call it? The super chats, or what do they call those on there? And if also too, if you want to do a monthly thing, I've got to buy me a milkshake. I don't really have any exclusive content or anything like that, but it's a way to keep me tipped in case you can't make it one night. I'm usually always here, but I know that other people's lives come first. Not a problem. So thank you so much, Waffle Salter. I do appreciate that. That will more than pay the phone bill this time around. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now, if only I could get more people to call me. But I've got a solution to that, too. Somebody gave me a couple of ideas about getting phone calls this time. And like I say, I don't have a problem changing the format just a tiny little bit before we give up on that and try something else completely. Pastor Shadley, of course, with the pond, and he's my main moderator here, along with a few other guys. Red Dawn Radio, or as I like to call him, Tyrone. Tyrone Watersmelon. That's the name that came up on my feed, and of course I don't like to judge. Or on my Skype when he called me to fugaboo me about. I think he was trying to find out if I was racist or something. I don't know. It was a cool joke, but everybody told on him. He's like, damn, I was gonna keep that going and call her all the time. That would have been awesome. But that's okay. The Drunken Rocky, of course, right after my show with the Drunken Rants. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll shit yourself. Actually, to be honest with you, I came home. I went out last week. Right after the show. We went out, I think we went out to eat or something like that. Or I went and took a nap, or I did something for a while. And I came back to the computer at about 4 a.m.-ish. And according to the website, the Drunken Rocky show was still live. So I said, oh, let me click on there and see what's going on. And it was like, this video is paused. Continue. No sound, no nothing going on. Nobody in the chat. It's like, dude, you guys like pass out while you're streaming. That is so weird to me. I remember, I do, that's one thing I remember, because I actually went back to sleep. I think, like I say, I fell asleep for a little while, and I woke up to go to the bathroom, I guess, and I noticed the light was on still back here, so I came back, and I was like, oh, look at that, they're still online. I was like, well, this is fucking boring. I'm leaving. Sergeant Tripod Slop, how you doing? Welcome. It's good to see you, man. I saw you. I think I saw you over there on the No Prisoners podcast last time and everything like that. And of course, let's see. Raynoth, DJ Bass, America Floats, Magical Trevor, Reverend Rant, some guy from Maine, and then of course, Town Rugaroo, and Not Me Be with the Pure Blood Media Group at community.pureblood.tv. That is the interactive guide for all of your based and pure blood creators on the internet. One of our dealies that we're creating an alternative media source. We try real hard to stick to the truth and try to see things between the lines. And of course, we all know that the government's lied to us for how long now? Ever since there's ever been such a thing as a government. They just don't hide it anymore. They're not like being discreet about it anymore. They just blurt out this stuff and do all these things that we can see now. So let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm your ninja. I pass out watching Rock stream a lot of Thursdays. Oma Ninja yells at me about it, but it's one night a week I stay up late like that. Oh, thank you for the super chat, or the Rumble rant over there. I see a donation over there on Rumble. You get one of these. Thank you very much. All I see is the L. I don't see who did it. And now it's gone. Ah! Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go. Limited access. Oh, okay. Thank you. Hey, folks, these Rumble live streams cost dollars. Let's see, for the 100th stream, we can get Laura up to at least a Franklin. The Army is Legion. Yes, thank you. And actually, over here on Odysee, they have already done that, which I do appreciate. Waffle Salter did that for us as well. And, of course, like I said, make sure to go and check out all of these. In fact, it grows exponentially. I can remember when I would click on it, and I was right there in the middle. And now you have to scroll down to see me. I'm in the L's. Everything's in alphabetical order. I really got to get on there and get you guys my other links. Right now, all that's on here is Odysee. This is actually a wonderful thing that we're starting this Pure Blood Media Group. However, excuse me, I'm watching, or I saw something today that was kind of disheartening, because we do have and have had a couple of alternative media sites. One of them is Alex Jones, and I read today that he's finally going to go under somehow or another. I don't know if nobody's buying his vitamins and minerals anymore, or if that people have just stopped dealing with him and are you know, closing out accounts, not and discriminating against him because of his freedom of speech and all that other and everything like that. And of course they've lawfared him to death to a tune of over $1 billion. I'm not real sure if they can make him pay that, per se. Every once in a while, I'll get a commercial with some guy sighing about his child dying and that fiasco that they sued him over. And I think to myself, really? You guys are still... You guys can capitalize on this, but nobody else can. And the thing is I don't think he was even actually capitalizing on it. He was reporting on it like any news media outlet would or should. And of course, since he's a commentator, he stuck his opinion in there and the things that he knew about what he knew. You know? So, what the fuck is Ukraine? Is Ukraine winning yet? How about Gaza? I don't know. I really haven't been keeping up with a lot of that. In fact, I've heard several people say that it's done. Especially now that this Israel, Hamas, whatever that thing is going on as well too. So, and then of course you get our Secretary of Treasury or whatever, Yellen, whatever her name. Oh yeah, the United States can afford anything. You know what it's like? It's really and truly as if our government thinks that they're Donald Trump. Or somebody of that ilk that go, you know, you see them on the TV all the time, spreading money, spending money, talking about spending money, showing off all of their shit. So our government's doing the same thing, only with something like, look at us, look at all the wars we can afford. Of course, I'm going off on a tangent here that I didn't plan on, but that's what I'm seeing here. All right, I think if they just ignore it, it'll go away. Especially if nobody pays federal tax next year, their heads will explode. Yeah, in fact, we may actually. It's funny because we may actually collapse just because of the fact that the young set's actually starting to recognize that. In fact, I saw a young lady come across my feed. Hopefully, I can find it again. I kind of ran out of time when I was pulling stuff back up. For some reason, this is the glitch that I'm having. If somebody knows how that I can fix this, other than getting new monitors, which actually I probably do need. Whenever I get everything together and I put I turn my OBS on afterwards to try and set everything up to try and stream to you, it gives me a really strange reaction. In fact, it's almost like I'm looking at television after the national anthem goes off and everything goes off the air. It gives me a fuzz, and then it never comes back. I have to reboot, and then if I pull up OBS before I pull all this stuff up again, like I said, I had to reboot a couple of times today because of this while I was trying to get the show ready. Technical difficulties, what can I tell you? And it had some glitches in it, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Like I say, I got new equipment, but I had to finagle to use with some of the old equipment as well, and I think that might be it. In fact, that's pretty much what Ivan told me, was that I probably need new monitors now because they're older and they're not compatible with the brand new stuff that he sent me a couple months ago. So what can I tell you? If everything goes out, you know what happened. That's, like I say, that's about the only glitch I seem to be having with this right now. All right, I was going to tell you about this, and someone has already helped me out with this, and keep it coming if you can. Don't forget all the convenient ways to support my channel. I am completely... This channel and this particular endeavor is completely financed by you guys. Of course, me too. I've got a job. I pay for a lot of this stuff, but you guys help me out. You keep the internet for me. You guys just help me pay the phone bill. Skeletor, welcome to the show. Let's see. I'd like to be able to keep the power of 1A going for everyone while improving the show as we go. And the farther we go, this is what I'm going to talk about today, the more important this is. Even Styx Hexenhammer said we need to stop this if we can, or try to work around it, do whatever we can. You know, use their method by any means necessary, complain about it, whatever it is you have to do about this new FCC regulation that they're doing for equity. So, like I say, my channel is completely supported by you guys. So thanks again for all of your support. Like I say, all the bills are coming in for my video editor, phone lines. Actually, I've taken care of both of those already. Super Chat and Rumble rants on Odysee and Rumble. Ko-Fi, which actually comes highly recommended by Pastor Chatelet, and which also has a monthly option to buy me a coffee. Odysee also has a monthly option, like I was telling you. You can also scan this thingy below me here if you are Cash App. I try to give you as many options as possible, and and everybody uses all of them, so it's a little bit harder to keep track of and stick in the things. But thankfully, I have my own accountant. I'm married to him. I get to pay him in favors. All right. Of course, the best thing to do is make sure you share. I don't even get a chance to X myself out. I really am bad at self advertising or whatever like that. Usually mostly because I'm busy looking for this stuff to share with you. I can't talk about myself. Norm, is Norman here? We got a Norm. Hang 10 Alien Surfer. Welcome. Is that Norm? Hello, Norm. Welcome to the show. It's about time you got here. I've seen you on everybody else's feeds. All right, but welcome if that's the Norm that I know, that I'm talking about. If not, welcome anyway. And it is about time. All right. But like I said, best thing you can do is share. We want folks to call in, exercise their First Amendment rights. That's the whole purpose of my show, because we should never just shut our mouths voluntarily like they want us to. This is one of the reasons why they're doing all these enforcement things and trying to shut us down, especially during the elections. How convenient, hey? But that's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose of my show. And after some more of the events, and actually, like I say, the events, they're starting to get more and more every week. So after the events of this week, it's even more important than ever to never surrender and never shut up. In fact, one of these days, I'm going to break down and put that, on a t-shirt, maybe. If I ever get to, there it goes. Okay. For some reason or another, my kick just went off, but it just came back on. All right, everything's working again. I have to be very careful. I have to watch this stuff, man. All right, nobody's over there on YouTube. They never do anything for me over there on YouTube. Let's see. Okay, I am going to open the phone lines right now. Freshly paid for last night. To renew the number 409-877-1243. All right. Now, for our 100th live show, I'm going to change things up just a little bit when I open the phone lines. Again, I just got through paying for another year. And I had to contemplate whether or not I was going to pay for another year, especially after the pranks, the trolls, the nights where I get absolutely no phone calls and I do all the talking. Glad to see you all survived another day of World War III. Yeah, actually, hasn't World War III been going on since Trump came down the escalator? I mean, literally. You know, they started with the meme wars and all this other. We've been at war for a really long time. So, yeah, the nights where I did all the talking, it was suggested last week that I have specific question or topic for folks to talk about when they call in. See if this works any better. I like this idea, so I think that is what I'm going to try and start doing as of today to celebrate our 100th show. Did you see Biden calling Winnie the Pooh a dictator? No, I didn't. Do you have a link to that? I will share it. Okay, so this week's question or discussion is this when you call in. Call in and give us an example or an experience of governmental incompetence, either in your life, someone that you heard about, something you read about. And of course, I mean, besides installing Biden as president, I'll start off by saying I started this show because the government is so incompetent at protecting our rights In fact, they're perpetrators of diminishing our rights, especially the First Amendment. Hell, even Nikki Haley's jumping on that wagon. You can't criticize me because I'm a woman. Shut up. Shut up. If your ideas are bad, I'm going to criticize them. I don't care if you're an amoeba. Okay. I mean, it's literally gotten to the point now, and I'm going to show you this. You guys are going to blow, this is going to blow your mind. It's gotten to the point now where even a dementia patient knows that this administration is a friggin' joke. Look at this. Watch this. Okay? Don't watch this. Greetings. You're on the air.
Well, hello there, Laura. How are you tonight?
Hello. I'm fantastic. Did you have you have something to say about the incompetence of our government?
Of course. Who doesn't? There's plenty to talk about.
Good. I started with a good topic then.
Right. That's a great topic. I'll start with this. On the 2 days before 9/11, if I recall correctly, it was Donald Rumsfeld giving a press release announcing that $11 trillion had somehow vanished into nothingness. And that he didn't mention this at the time, but all of those files were stored in the penthouse in the very wing that plane was rumored to destroy. So the incompetence is that the Pentagon is the most defended building on the planet. They have an Air Force base just a few hundred yards away from it. Why didn't they do anything to protect all that valuable information? That's clear incompetence.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
All right, so I want to give you a big congratulations for your 100th show. It's
Thank
really
you.
Fantastic.
I'm impressed.
Well,
I'm
we're
impressed.
All impressed, I'm sure.
Never thought, I didn't know if I would make it this far.
Well, here's to 100 more. We hope we can get even more from you.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. I hope so too. That's the plan.
All right. So there's all kinds of things that we could talk about for incompetence in the government.
Oh, sure.
Every day is something new, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Plus, well, my thing is also, too, anything they ever pass or the laws or anything like that, or any of the departments that they ever come up with or anything, it's always the opposite of what it's actually supposed to be. How can you trust that? Ever?
That's right. So, like, in order to learn what's really going on, all you need to do is listen to what they're saying and pretty much believe the opposite. It's really become that far.
Yep.
Oh, what a terrible condition we're all in. But it gives us the secret. Once you understand that, we then see the much bigger picture. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it's not a very pretty picture. It's pretty foreboding. Because they keep on saying, like us around a little longer. But if the they're saying is the opposite of what they mean. Backpedal, sorry.
It happens. Oh. It's hard not to. They push and push and push and push until you explode, and then you're the bad guy. So, I mean, what can I tell you? Lizzie Longtoes, welcome, my famous friend. Skeletor. Who else just came in here? Stinkbait. that's a new face in my crowd. Welcome to the show. Ebtide, welcome. Yes, Stinkbait. That's what it says. Is that you? That's not you, is it?
No, that's not me.
Okay.
You don't know who I am? This is Blue-Eyed Devil.
Oh, Sai. Okay. All right. How you doing? How you doing? Great, great.
I'm doing great.
I don't usually ask. I mean, that's what I say. That's the best point of it. And this thing that's coming up with the FCC that they passed without any kind of congressional anything is going to be even worse when it comes right down to it. And of course, again, that's one of the things that they're telling us all about, that it's for the equity. We're trying to make sure that people that don't have good internet is going to get good internet. But it actually gives the government the overruling control of everything, from how an ISP is built, where it's built, how much they can charge, all this other stuff. That sounds like communism to me. They're gonna have private.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're gonna have private companies, but they're gonna be able to tell these private companies everything and anything that they can do, or else that's not.
They're gonna control everything they can. That's what tyrants do.
Yep.
No, they've been warning about the ISP deal, especially for a long time, because they know that it's our main avenue of communication, not just each other, but like everybody. So it's our reach out to the world and where we can try to decipher what's going on. And since they want to have control over all the information, because this is an information war, they have to close those lines of communication however they can.
All right.
So here's an interesting topic, and I think it was Mark Dice where I heard this from. It was pretty funny to me. But Nikki Haley, running person for president as a Republican. I'm sure you guys have all heard of Nikki Haley.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And this is the ISP thing, the internet deal, because she insists that we must de-anonymize ourselves. We can no longer present ourselves with fake names.
Right.
Well, her name's not Nikki Haley. Her name is Nimrata.
I'm sorry, you buzzed out. You buzzed out. Her name is what?
Her name is Nimrata.
Nimrata?
Yeah, her parents are from India. So her name is Nimrata, and I can't remember her last name, but it's not Haley. That's her married name.
I see.
But she uses a pseudonym because she doesn't want to use her real name, Nimrata. Or Nimrata. Oh, pardon me. It's Nimrata Randhawa. That's her real name.
Oh, okay. All
right, so she does. Yeah, isn't that crazy? How did I
think she was Puerto Rican? I don't know. Shit. That's a terrible ID there. But welcome to the show. I think. Pastor Chatelet's on his ass, so that must be somebody I don't. It must be Fog again. It's okay as long as you behave. As long as you behave, because Pastor I stick Pastor Chatelet off of onto shills. You know that, right?
Yes, he's good at it. Cheer them up. I think it's his favorite thing to do.
Yep. Space Cowboy, Bobby Digital, welcome to the 100th show. Appreciate y'all being here. Make sure to share. Nimrata Randhawa. And so that's her name. That's her name. Now I'm sure that Nimrata means something beautiful in that language, but in English, is anybody hearing it? Nimrod? Is anybody hearing it?
Oh, yeah. Good call. That's right.
Oh, when you told me that, I thought you were kidding. That's what... Like I say, I'm sure that means something absolutely beautiful in Indian, and I mean no offense to anyone, but in English, oh my goodness. I'm terrible. I'm terrible with that kind of stuff. And it's hard. It's hard for me to keep my mouth shut about it too, because I find it so funny sometimes. But some people are like, they look down at me. They're like, oh, I'm gonna stay away from her. She's gonna get us in trouble. But I don't care.
How dare you, Laura? How dare you?
Hey man, if you can't laugh at yourself, you got a problem.
For sure. That's the way we learn.
Yep.
All right. Well, again, big congratulations for show 100.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Big cheers for more.
You bet. I can't wait to do more.
All right.
All right. Thanks for calling so much. Share.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Okay. Good night. All right. Shout out to Sai. Thank you so much. Once again, we are celebrating my 100th live stream since I started in December 2nd of 2021. I believe. Yes. I'd have to look back at it again. All right. As I got the phone call, I was saying that this will blow your mind. Even a dementia patient knows what a joke this administration is. Watch this.
His first name. Last name starts with a B.
D?
B.
B. As in boy. I don't want to play this game.
Okay.
Okay, what if I told you it was Joe Biden?
What?
Joe Biden?
I'd laugh.
That is our president. Actually.
She must be having a lucid moment.
Oh, poor USA.
Poor USA.
Poor USA.
Oh. Oh.
She's probably thinking to her lucid self at this moment, thank God I'm going to be dead soon. Oh my goodness. All right. Now remember, my philosophy here is that we are the news, the things we go through, the things we experience as a result of those in power who are supposed to be our representatives. We have basically been forgotten and definitely ignored. The vote for House Speaker should tell you that. There's no mistake in that there. My goals were always to get the average person talking so as not to voluntarily give up everything. All right, so the phone lines are open, so make sure to call me. Or call me. All right, and of course the topic is call in and let us know of the incompetency of the government that you can think of. Or that you've actually been a part of. And I will let you know a couple of more of those things for me as well. Also, Lizzie, tell your mom hello if she's out there listening. Hello, Grandma. Welcome to the show. Share, share, share. Share, share, share. We want people to call in. The number is scrolling down below me here. And of course, you can also Skype me on the email. Let's see, am I missing anyone? Nope. Everyone's here. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Don't be scared to call. Yes, I don't bite. And even if I could, I wouldn't be able to do it through the phone lines. Prowler! Welcome. Welcome to the show. And thank you so much for the donation. You get one of these. Thank you so much. Helping me to keep the show going and alive. And helping me pay for the phone bill and the internet bill. All right. So in celebration of my 100th show, okay, I started my very first live stream reading the First Amendment, because that's what that's my bag, man. The First Amendment, it's freedom of speech. Because if you take that away, you actually not only take away my right and my freedoms to speak my mind, but you also take away my right and my freedoms to hear someone else or not hear someone else that may have something to say that I want to hear or don't want to hear. Or, yes, or that'll tell me whether or not I want to hang with that person. You basically give me no way to educatedly go through life. Okay, so, I don't want to be hanging around with liars or cheats or people like that. And usually if you let people talk long enough, they'll tell you exactly who they are. You should be able to tell them exactly who you are as well and let them know, hey, you have every right to do whatever it is you want to do, but I have every right to say bye-bye or come on in, whatever it is. I do remember rotary phones. I sure do. I used to... My grandmother had a home office when I was very young. And every time I'd call my mom to come and get me over there, I'd have to do it 3 or 4 times. I keep messing up because there was 9s in the number. Always hated dialing that number. There were 0s in it too. Anyway, the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, which I think that they did during COVID, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. And of course, you see what they're doing to people for doing so as peacefully as possible. Everyone that tends to burn things down and ruin things and destroy things and everything like that, they seem to get a pass. And I don't even think that they're actually redressing a grievance from their government. They're trying to make it bad for everybody. Skeletor, yep. If you had to make a few phone calls, expect your fingers to hurt. Love the First Amendment just as much as I love the Second Amendment. In fact, I'm going to pick up an AR on the moment and dry fire it a little bit. Oh, can you do that? I always thought that that messed up the pins or something like that. So have fun. Well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Yes, and of course, without the First Amendment, you would have to revert to the Second Amendment. I think that's the reason why they're in that order. Let me speak, or else. How about that? Okay. So, especially since the powers that be are now just blatantly stepping on our necks and trying to stifle our speech along with anybody that we like or want to speak or want to hear speak or, have given the right to speak, with the ever-trusty bullshit excuse claims of equity, I don't remember anybody being told you can't speak about these things. Everybody keeps saying how oppressed. No. If you were that oppressed, you wouldn't be able to even say that word. You wouldn't be able to speak about that. You wouldn't be able to talk about that way. So, no, you're not. Limited Access says, my grandkids found a pink rotary curbside, and I showed them how to dial, and the 8 and 10-year-old girls are fascinated. Yes, I used to be too when I was a kid. Of course, as long as somebody else was dialing the number, I had, it was those zeros, those 9s and 0s were really hard. 888-3500 Empire or something like that. That was a number you didn't want to dial. Okay, so Congress seems to have done nothing with what they've decided they're going to do with our 1A rights on the internet. So there's another incompetent thing that they've done. They're very incompetent in protecting our rights, which is actually their job. Thank you for the library coin there, Pastor Chatelet. A few seconds ago, SPLC, what now? Extremist. Oh, is that what you are now? You're an extremist? Is that according to the SPLC, or is that for the SPLC? Don't dry fire rimfire. You can dry fire the shit out of the modern center fire handguns and rifles. Okay. Thank you for that piece of information. I actually am one of those people that don't take it out unless I absolutely have to. And I don't fire it unless I mean to. You know what I mean? Though, I follow the fucking rules. Because I don't want to hurt nobody. That is not my goal in life. But what a clever way to circumvent our Constitution and make all the outcomes go in their favor, and just in time for the primaries and election season too. And God knows what else is coming up too, as far as that goes. So, I got this from Fortune magazine today at 11:30 a.m. FCC moves to eliminate digital discrimination, which another made-up word so they can make up some more rules for us, and boost internet access for poor people and people of color. So, poor people and people of color don't have internet now? Gee, that's funny, because as I peruse YouTube here lately, I believe that the only white people that I ever see on YouTube are Steven Crowder, Mark Dice, Blair White every once in a while, and everybody else that I tend to watch are black. Brandon Tatum, the Hodge twins, ABL, what's that other guy? The Black Conservative Perspective. There's another guy that's black. He's Conservative Perspective or something conservative. I actually just started following this Gen Z person who seems to have a little bit of sense. He's black. So yeah, I don't see very much oppression there either. And these people don't have internet? How in the hell are they doing this? In fact, they're way popular than I am. A lot of these guys are. But I hardly ever see anything regarding or even being done by white people. In fact, Ben Shapiro doesn't even come across my feed that much anymore. Matt Walsh doesn't come across my feed that much anymore. I have to go looking for some of these guys sometimes. So I don't see that. Spice and... Oh, the Hate Watch. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to open that. I'm sure I'm there. In fact, is that mine? Is that with my name on it there, Waffle Salter? Salty Mad. Who's... Oh, okay. Salty Mad Jameson. The rules of firearm safety are very important. They even apply to dry firing. You need to become intimately familiar with the trigger pull to feel your arms, else you're going to miss what you are trying to hit. I get that. I understand. Actually, speaking of the Hodge twins, they actually advertised for a product that you can do that with. That'll it's like a laser thing, and it'll help you. I don't know if it connects to your phone or whatever like that, but it helps you practice and do that kind of thing without screwing up your pins and stuff like that. So, Stinkbait, stop picking on my they-them friend. Who is that? Who is your they-them friend? I didn't realize I was a they-them hag too. Oh, 1205. Thank you very much for the library coin. I appreciate that, whatever it does. Actually, I'm not real sure what library coin does anymore. Supposedly, the FCC or FAA or, excuse me, FEC has outlawed all alternate money, economies, or whatever it is like that. So I'm not sure. And supposedly I'd heard... in fact, Styx Hexenhammer mentioned something to the effect that they took that over here for that. So I have zero idea what that does anymore, other than, like, if you, like, play a game or something, or you watch the shows or whatever like that, and it gives you some, then you get points. And if you're a creator, it allows you to I don't know, bump your status up when you live stream or something. I don't know. I have no idea what it is for anymore. A G site. Okay, G man, a G site. Is that what they advertise about for that? Okay. Small text on my phone. Yeah, of course. Zimzer wants Rocky Rocks. Well, he is a superstar, and you know how it is with famous people and powerful people. People let you do anything. You can even grab them by the... Right? Right? Put it this way, I knew where he was coming from with that, because I'm not even really that famous. And I've literally had people proposition me with things. They've left goodies in my tip jar. I've gotten love letters. I've had people follow me home. So yeah, I knew what he was talking about. I can only imagine what it's like to have like 100 times my wealth and fame, because my fame is for, it's momentary because I'm on stage and they're not. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that big a deal. It still surprises me though how much people will let you do if they think that you have even just the slightest amount of talent, balls to get on stage and actually be able to do that. I mean, that's one of those things that's everybody's dream. I mean, listen to all the kids now. You ask them what they want. I want to be famous. I want to be famous. I want to be a star. I want to be a star. I want to be a star. And that's star power. So yeah. Not sure what they advertise. Oh, okay. Yes, Skeletor. I'm trying real hard to be nice and be family oriented. You never know who's watching. And you always know that someone's watching. I thought you said you were bowling. No, I'm not bowling. Please tell me Carrie Laura. Please tell me Carrie Laura. I'm sorry, Bobby Digital. Did you miss something there? Carrie. All right. The Fortune magazine writes about the Federal Communications Commission. They enacted new rules intending to eliminate discrimination in access to internet services, a move which regulators are calling the first major U.S. digital civil rights policy. What about the other thing that everybody's forgotten about now? Internet amnesty or whatever that was? Sorry, my daughter's not here. Okay, I told you that Rockies only would lead you to trouble. Yes, I believe so. I'm happy with my level of famousness, Laura. Yeah, me too. I'm distraught now, cheater. Stinkbait. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Gelato. I did final trim and jarred up. Nice, Youngberg. Welcome to the show. Nice, nice. Very nice. I'm very jealous. You were saying people were following you home. Please tell me you carry a gun. Okay, yeah. I'm actually not having that problem anymore because my partner plays with me now. But when I was leading the band in New Orleans, it was a little bit easier to follow me home there too. It's a little smaller from that area. Greetings! You are on the air. I recognize this number.
Greetings. Yes, and I will say my name. I don't care. It's limited access. Hey.
Yep.
All right. So we were going to talk about incompetency of the government.
Yes.
How about we talk about health care and like Medicare for old people that paid into this shit forever?
Indeed.
Indeed.
That was actually one of the things I would mention later on when I reminded us again. I've got my notes sitting here and everything like that. In fact, I'll go ahead and tell you that when my father went to apply finally for his Social Security, they actually had the nerve to ask him why he thought he deserved the government's money. I thought he was going to come apart at the seams. You could practically see the steam coming out of his ears. He looked at this woman and said, "This is not the government's money. This is money that I have paid in through my taxes and through my hard work for 45 or 50 years of my life that has been promised back to me according to your rules and laws." And he said, the government doesn't have money until they take it from people like me. So, yeah, I was hoping I wouldn't have to pull him out of there or that they wouldn't punch, like they wouldn't have him removed. But yeah, how do you figure that we deserve the government's money? Excuse me.
Yeah, and we couldn't. I mean, in the 80s, when I was a young adult and I had already been paying into it for 15 years because I started working at 15.
Right.
I'm like, can I opt out of this? And they're like, no. No.
Mm-mm.
And I'm, right now I'm glad that I didn't. But they have mismanaged that money. They used it for other things. They stole the money. And now they're like, we're going broke.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, wasn't that one of the things that they used for one of these impeachments? Wasn't that some of the money that they used for some of these impeachments for Trump?
I'm not exactly sure about that, but I know that they stole the money and they put it into the general fund,
mm-hmm.
which they had no business doing. So, I mean, they stole a bunch of old people's money, and now, they expect, an old person to live on, $700 or $800 a month, which in these times, yeah, good luck with that.
Well, I read another thing, where they're claiming also, too, that since nothing was supposedly put into any of these bills that they've been passing the last couple of months, after they made sure that they were financed until the end of the year, that when 2030 rolls around, it'll be completely bankrupt and they're not going to do anything to replenish it or do anything like that. So...
Well, and how do we know what's in these bills? Because they keep pushing these. All right, another thing that the government's incompetent with is omnibus bills.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit. A bill should be one thing, going through, vote on it, go, 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 go,
right.
go.
Yeah.
Not like 5,000 pages where you hide everything. That's just bull pucky.
Well, everything that the government says is usually the exact opposite of what they do.
Yep, they lie.
Or what they're
They
getting
lie,
ready to
lie,
do.
lie.
Yep.
Well, and we're getting ready. I really believe that, unfortunately, the way the government's flowing and going, it's getting ready to collapse, and we're going to have to figure out what we're doing. You know what I do? One of the things that I know this isn't quite on topic, but I've had like a torn shoulder for a few years, and my niece had her knees torn up, and she's like, Auntie, I waited too long to get these done. So instead of doing an easy surgery, they had to do major surgery on her. She's like, go in and get it done. So before the end of the year, I get to go have shoulder surgery. Oh, yay. But now that I'm at, quote unquote, a catastrophic level with my Medicare, and it's not Medicaid, it's Medicare, it's old people's insurance. Most of that should be taken care of. So my doctors really were good up here, and, they're going to push it through. And I might not be typing much, guys. I might have to call in and run my mouth.
Okay. Well, that's the purpose of the show.
I understand. Oh, and I did get your Pepe the Frog and Pepita the Frog patterns copied at the library. I want to make sure they go together right.
Oh, okay.
And I will get those sent off to you within the next couple of weeks here.
Awesome.
Yes, as well as some more freedom seeds. Well, not freedom seeds, but yeah, freedom seeds. Seeds. Grow, y'all, grow.
Yeah, actually,
Anyway.
Speaking of growing, my tomatoes are finally actually coming out. Now that it's
Nice.
not so damn hot down here. In fact, the only cold snap we had didn't seem to bother them at all.
Good.
So, yeah.
And I am learning about them, too, from growing them from seed and not getting them from the nursery, that 55-day thing is not from seedling. It's from when they're about 6 inches high or better. And then you repot them, and then you get your 55, 80-day, whatever it says on the packet.
Oh.
Good thing to know. Didn't know it until
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah. And they sure as hell will not grow if it's too hot. They do not like anything over like 90 degrees.
Right. And if you do get days like that, if you can get a shade cloth, do so. And that shade will actually kind of help keep the heat off of them a little bit. Water them early in the morning.
Right.
Not during the heat of the day, because you'll just steam the roots. Or later on at night, and they'll absorb that water and be able to cool off.
Excellent.
So, all right, my dear, I'm going to stop with the prepping stuff, because I'll go on and run my mouth forever. I love you guys. I love the pond and all that. Just Odyssee's being an asshole, and, Rumble's not treating me bad. So I'm over on the Rumble if you want to say hello.
Okay, great. Yes, please. And make sure to share with everybody. X me out and X this out and tell them how cool the phone calls are. And someplace to vent, man. This is what it's all about. First Amendment.
There you go. I'm not an Xer, but yeah, but I am. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, thanks so much for calling. You have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Good night. Mr. Tizo, welcome to the show. I see you there. I don't know Freddie, but I know Wild Eddie. Pastor Chatelet, we're going Meanses. Yes, we're going Meanses. Okay, back to the Fortune magazine. Like I say, the topic of the day is the incompetency of the government, everything the government has ever taken over. Well, I've got an article about that too, but just like the government, it's a little bit opposite of what they say it is. And it was written the day after the 2016 election. But let's do this one first. The rules package, which the commission ratified on Wednesday, would empower the agency to review and investigate instances of discrimination by broadband providers to different communities based on income, race, ethnicity, and other protected classes. The order also provides a framework for the FCC to crack down a range of digital inequities, including the disparities in the investment of services for different neighborhoods, as well as the digital divide, a term experts use to describe the complete lack of internet access many communities experience due to regional or socioeconomic inequality. Well, I gotta tell you, I've never been in a big city that doesn't have fast internet. Somebody has it somewhere. Just about all the restaurants. Now, when you get out into the more rural communities and things like that, and even like out in the country, it gets a little bit harder. Believe me, I know it took almost 10 years for me to be able to get fiber optic here. And then when I finally did, they literally had to tear up my street, my driveway, everything. I mean, it was a whole new batch of stuff to put under the ground for me. So yeah, out in the boondocks and stuff like that, it's a little bit harder to get. Plus, it is actually a little bit more expensive out here. I mean, they gotta, I kind of understand in a way. FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel said that Congress required the agency to adopt rules addressing digital discrimination through bipartisan infrastructure legislation passed at the start of the Biden administration. Did anybody remember hearing about that? Government experts, I think they mean. Yes, of course. The digital divide puts us at an economic disadvantage as a country and disproportionately affects communities of color, lower income areas, and rural areas. And I still don't see that. I'm still not seeing it that unless all the black people that I see come across my feed and actually watch. I actually watch more black people on YouTube and on any of these other places than any other ethnicity, if you will. That's what comes up in my feeds all the time. You're trying to tell me these people don't have any internet access? Are you trying to tell me that they're richer than the average black person or white person or whoever? Are you trying to tell me that these people are the privileged ones, the ones I see on the internet all the time? These people don't have internet, or they're not equal? Like I say, they're making shit up again so that they're creating problems that aren't there so that they can fix them and make us pay for them. And when I mean us, I mean the general public. Another fucking tax that we're already being taxed on already. We're already being taxed on the fees of the FCC communication, this and that and the other. We're already being taxed on these things that we buy to actually run this shit. Communication tax, all this other stuff, like I say, all the sales tax, everything. And then, of course, they tax us on the money that we make or any of the tips that we get or anything like that. So, yeah, it's getting ridiculous. And even some of the children, the kids, now that they're starting to get out into the world, having to work, having to realize that the real world does mean you have to work and does mean that people are going to be mean to you no matter what you say or do, that everybody sucks and everything sucks, life is what you make it, they're starting to realize, hey, what are all these taxes about? And why do I have to pay them? I haven't been here that long. This is what a lot of them are saying. So, and again, they're talking about the geezers in office. Well, guess what? We're in the same boat. They were geezers when I was your age. These people were literal geezers, and even the ones, some of them have died since there, but they've always seemed to have been geezers in office. Skippy Bob, welcome to the show. I see a new face in our Odysee friendships over here. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Please make sure to share or call in and talk about the incompetencies of our government. Redistribution, cause the invaders need more equitable cell phones. Makes sense to me. Yeah, exactly. Like I say, I don't see any of these people, even homeless or houseless or whatever it is you want to call them, not have internet access. In fact, don't some of these homeless people and everything like that have like TikToks and stuff? They're probably making money hand over fist better than I am for this kind of shit. And I don't see them not have internet access. I don't see them in equity. In fact, that's more equity than I'm getting, or anybody else I know that does some of this stuff on the internet. Greetings, doing fine. Popped into the pond and discovered somebody new. Well, thank you, Skippy Bob. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for being here. Yes, Pastor Chatelet is one of my main moderators, and he does simulcast the show if there's nothing better going on. I shouldn't have said that, but yeah. Sparky the Welder, is there a way to turn on chat timestamps on Rumble? I don't know. I always thought that the little 3 dots that came up. Oh no, that's not the right one for me. Okay, go back. How do I get rid of it? There's no X. There's no. Oh, okay. There it is. All right, yeah, I got different instructions because I'm the host here on there. So, I get three little dots next to whatever it is I say here. And now on Odysee, all I have to do is just put the mouse over it and it'll tell me. Pretty much only trumps or precedes this show. Well, thank you. Thank you. And he doesn't usually speak live on Thursdays anyway. I picked Thursday for a reason. It's usually everybody's getting ready for the weekend and nobody else is, a lot of people aren't doing things. They don't know what to do with themselves on Thursday. It's kind of weekend eve. It's the day before Friday and you still got another whole day to go before you get the weekend off. Freddy's a wiener dog. You don't finger wiener dogs. No, actually, they'll bite you. Some of them will. The digital divide puts us at an economic disadvantage as a country. I don't see that happening either. In fact, you know what's putting us at an economic disadvantage of our country? Paying for the entire world's everything else. Letting people commit crimes to the point of where the shops and places that were hiring people closed down. You know, getting rid of people's jobs, things like that. That is what gets rid of that. That's our economic disadvantage as a country, not the internet, not the fact that some people can get it and some people can't, which is ridiculous. But again, they're making this shit up. Sob story. We've got to take care of the poor people, which we should be anyway. But the way that they make you do it, the things that they claim that they're doing for these people, and they're not. They're not. They can't do anything unless they take it from us first. But they try to make it sound like it's just so great, and oh, we're just being such humanitarians, and it's bullshit. It's crap. It is literal crap. We know. All right, this is another phrase I can't stand. We, as if I automatically agree with everything you say and I'm right there with you. No, don't talk to me that way. We know broadband is the essential infrastructure for modern life. How do we know this? I don't need it to garden. I don't need it to shower. I don't need it to shit. I don't need it to eat. I don't need it to garden. I don't need it to wash dishes. I don't need it to read. I don't need in fact, the only thing that I really need the internet for, and it's only because it's convenient, is paying my bills. And even then, I don't allow that to happen automatically because I don't trust them. The minute you do that, they make a mistake almost immediately. So yeah, we know. Who is we? You got a mouse in your pocket or something? Who is we? It certainly ain't me. Don't include me in your bullshit. We nothing. And these rules will bring us one step closer to ensuring everyone has access to the internet, no matter who they are or where they live, she said. Well, I was going to say, didn't Elon Musk do the same thing with his satellite thing? There is no clear standard for tracking inequities in the provision of digital services. Yeah, how in the hell are you going to do that? Of course, Nikki Haley has the answer to that. She wants everybody to be not anonymous anymore. In fact, if your pastor or your parents could see what you were printing on or what you were typing on the internet, you could be ashamed and you could be held to your standard or held to whatever it is you put on the internet. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. Nobody. In fact, people wouldn't do it anonymously if they did. You'd have an honor system, for fuck's sake. Let's see. Sparkly Welsh says, I had to move my volunteer tomato indoors. I got some lights on clearance. The bastard has had green tomatoes for like 2.5 months, and finally some are ripening. Yep. When they get a little yellowish, take them off and put them in the window. If you let them ripen naturally by the window after you take them off, they taste better for some reason. I'm not sure why. Talking about tomatoes. Joke's on her. My family on both sides doesn't give a rat's out about what I say online. Right, exactly. Well, that's what I say. Not to mention the fact that it's a privacy thing. Greetings. This is Hang 10 Alien Surfer, according to what came up on my feed here. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Okay. First time caller or first time listener?
This is Norm, right?
Yeah, this is Norm.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. So
I bet you got a lot of I bet you got a lot of incompetencies to tell us about.
Well, I'm a computer guy, so dealing with people that apparently know, some of them apparently know computers, but yeah, but it doesn't only happen in government, it happens in industries. You ever wonder why all these CEOs need so many assistants and stuff like that?
Probably because they have no clue how to use the internet.
They have no clue how to use their tech.
Yeah. Well, that's what we mean by geezers, as far as that goes, too.
Well, yeah, a lot of times they want you to fix it while they're using the computer, and it's like changing a tire on a moving car. You don't ask the mechanic to fix things while the car is moving. You have to drop off your car.
Right. So, well, yeah, I used to be in IT. I used to do IT for an advocacy company for special needs people and things like that, and we had to actually work when nobody was there. They couldn't figure out why we weren't working while everybody else was working. It's like, well, do you want to do your computer job or not? Because if we were doing anything on the computers during the time you guys were working, you wouldn't be doing anything. Everything would be shut down. So yeah, we remember that. And of course, some of the things that we would find, we would do our damnedest to put blocks on these computers. But the boss lady, for some reason, would make us take them off, and then as soon as she would do that, almost everybody in the company would go somewhere they didn't belong and bring some virus or some block or some hijack or some shit like that. We were constantly messing with people's computers when she didn't really need to have people doing personal stuff on the computer to begin with. But it was actually financed by the state government at the time, so yeah.
Well, technically, if they do any personal stuff on their work computer, it belongs to the company they work for. I had explained.
We had people going on porn sites and stuff, though, too. Yeah.
Well, I worked with some people that thought they were aspiring writers that wanted to write something like a movie script, and I told them, well, if you write that movie script, it belongs to the company, because you're using their software, their equipment, so you might want to double think that. Because I saw it, I've actually seen that happen.
I'll try to remember that for the next time. But nobody actually was doing anything like that. Most of the time, they would either go to some music site, they would go to some other site, and some shit would pop up and say, "Oh, you got a virus! Press this now to get it off." And then, of course, you know what a ball of wax that starts.
I've had that happen, and we're pretty locked down where I am because a lot of times if they're trying to download pirate movies or whatever, it's usually our compliance movie they're trying to download, and we're like, we can't have that happen. So,
right. Hello, Boba Smith. That's over there on Rumble. Welcome to the show. I saw somebody else just come on too. Wolf Sheep Killer, welcome to the show. They're claiming that you are most of the time drunk, Norm. Is that correct? They say that you're sober at the moment.
Only at night.
How would they know this?
I just got it off work.
Oh, okay. How would they know this?
They know this. I have lots of friends over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, that's I just got off work. So
I don't put it this way. I don't drink myself, but I don't go around counting anyone else's either.
I have a show called Three Beer Men. I talk about beer.
Oh, okay.
My show's about beer, so I'm usually drinking during the show.
Okay, that makes sense. That's how they would know. That works. That works.
And when I call in to people's other shows live, it's usually a little later, and I've usually had a couple. But I've been doing videos about, before I started doing videos about aliens, I was doing videos about beer, but then I went back to beer. So
actually, I see your icon here. It looks like beer bubbling behind you, and you're an alien face. So yeah, there you go. That works. That's actually me. I can change it to the real. No, that's okay. I'm not broadcasting it. I only just picked up the phone part, but I can see you. You probably can't see me because my camera's being used by OBS.
Oh yes, and there's a way to fix that, but it's kind of complicated.
I know.
Too complicated.
I've tried it a couple of times. Might be something I change once I get better equipment. I'm still having glitches after having new computer equipment, but older monitors and screens and things like that. So, let's see. Salty Al Bundy says Norm is awesome. We love our lovable drunk. They must like your show, Norm. You want to plug your show?
It's Three Beer Men on Rumble. We do actually we don't do live on Odysee. We do live on Rumble, do live and Pilled. And we actually archive the shows on Odysee. So
Alpha Wolf says, "Wait, my porn searches belong to my boss? Thank God for that."
Yeah.
That's great. I just say, if I ever start working for anybody again, which I will, maybe not. I'll remember that.
Not all people enforce it, but I have worked at places that enforce stuff like that. So just to let you know, they can enforce it by law. If you're using a personal computer, that's a different story.
Right.
Like if you're a freelance person.
Right.
But if you're using the company equipment and software, technically they can enforce it. I've seen it being enforced. So that's something something people should know. And that's how actually you know the Happy Face logo, have a nice day?
Yeah.
The guy that created that worked for an insurance firm. And because he did it on the company time and with the company equipment, he didn't make anything off of that. The company he worked, I can't remember what company it was. I have to revisit that story. But there's a lot of pretty sad stories about stuff like that happening. So, and it's been so long since I've used Skype here. See, I would have called in earlier if I could have figured out the Skype. I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. Figure out. Yeah, I see they put a picture of me in the chat. How nice of Sparky the welder.
Yeah, Salty Mad Jamin says that everything in all caps you do on the work computer is in all caps the property of work. There you are. Hello, Norm. I see you.
No, there are some
another epic beard. I see.
Yep. There's some work. Like I knew somebody that worked at a real estate firm, and somebody was a writer, and they didn't really have an IT guy. They just had the owner's son do the IT work. So you might be able to get away with it in those cases. So, but yeah, there are some really sad stories about that. So.
Everything you do, every keystroke, every mouse click can be tracked and audited. Yeah, we actually hadn't gotten to that we got well, actually they didn't even really fire us. They just decided to stop paying us one day. But as soon the company went out under and whoever did the bankruptcy and everything like that sent us our last paycheck finally after 4 years. But we didn't have the tattlers yet. We didn't have the tattlers yet before that happened. Like he said, everything you do, keystroke. Now, we were thinking about it, and we had wanted one and everything like that, but then by that time, she had actually turned that over to an actual bigger company. Like, she outsourced it to another company that was... The first thing they did was update Windows and literally crashed everything we had connected to that system.
Yeah. Well, and think about this... They say that like a lot of stuff happened at 9/11 where they start like monitoring things, but you can go back into an old Windows system. I think it's back as far as Windows 95, and look at there's certain files in, I believe it's the sys32 directory. There's one called MS key. That key file is a backdoor for Microsoft, and their excuse was to do troubleshooting, which is understandable because Chrome also had a keylogger to in their troubleshooter for a while before people are like, there's a keylogger in Chrome, and Chrome took it out. But that's a keylogger, the MS key, and I know that's because I was doing a Y2K rollout for a company at the time, when Windows 95, Windows 98 were popular, and we were told to replace those files. And there's another one. It's called the NSA key. You can go back into your Windows operating systems and look for these keys.
Neat.
Those are backdoors into the operating system. So I don't know what NSA stands for, but you can only guess because they've never actually verified. But those were 2 keys I had to when I was installing a system for a client. The company I worked for, which was Unisys at the time, they told me to replace those 2 files, and basically they put a little firewall on them. So.
Is that only for Windows 95, or what is that for anything else? Or
no, I said to go back as far as Windows.
Oh, okay.
But they were definitely in Windows 98. I believe they go back to Windows 95. They were definitely in Windows 98 because that was the main thing when I was doing like Y2K rollout. That was the main operating system we were working on.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that farce too.
Yeah. And
so many people were scared to death about that, but just I don't know. I don't think I had a computer at the time, but then they started talking because not everybody had computers at the time. They started talking about the planes crashing out of the sky and electricity going out, and oh my god.
Yeah. There was a bunch of well, the biggest thing about that is like the gas pumps. They were really worried about not the if flipping over. They were more worried about when the gas pumps went over $1 that they had to add an extra digit to the gas gallon per gas because if you remember a lot of old gas pumps, they didn't go over like they only went up so far because you can buy a gallon of gas for under $1. So
I would thought they would only went up to like 99 or something like that.
Yeah.
Go to 100.
$9.99 or whatever. But when it went over $1, you can get like 10 gallons of gas. They had to add an extra digit on there. So
I would think that they would have had to have done that throughout all the years because when they first started out, did they even charge for gas?
Well, actually,
1205 says 99.
Actually, the cars didn't run on gas until Prohibition. It ran on ethanol.
Right. There you go.
And that's a whole other conspiracy theory altogether where I believe the Rockefellers were like, not the Rockefellers, another name that starts with the R, couldn't sell any gas because it was basically a byproduct of kerosene, and basically couldn't do anything with it until Prohibition. And they tweaked the carburetor to run on gasoline, so the cars running on gasoline instead of diesel. Because all the cars, tractors, and even some of the trains ran on diesel, ethanol diesel.
Mm-hmm. Skeletor says, "I can't wait till later. You crack me up, Norm. I'm almost afraid to ask." Rothschild was the one you were looking for, according to Alpha Wolf. Laura has been streaming for almost 2 years. Yes, I have. Next week in December will make 2 years. Or the first week in December will make 2 years I've been actually live streaming. I've actually been doing videos and creating for almost 3 now. August made 3 years, so it took me a while before I decided to do live streaming, but live streaming actually does better for me. I don't know why. I'm more of an improvist. The videos just take so damn long.
The editing and I did beer videos for back 10 years ago, and I used to spend like a whole day editing, and when I was doing the alien thing, it took me hours to do one of those videos before I could figure out how to do it live.
Mm-hmm.
So with the live streaming, you can do a lot more. But you only stream on Odysee and Rumble right now?
I'm on Odysee, Rumble, YouTube, and Kick at the moment.
Oh, so
hopefully
you're still on YouTube.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll add Pilled eventually. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm doing all of them. In fact, I'm really surprised. Somebody had told me that I could only do 3 off of my OBS, but I got all 4 of them on my OBS right now. So hopefully I can add Pilled later.
That's if you use a service. If you use the OBS multi stream plugin, you can do all 4.
Okay.
But
can I do more than 4?
Actually, yeah.
Great.
But I believe Ivan is working on something where you can do as many as you want.
Fantastic.
So if you hook up with Ivan, and I do recommend going over to Pilled. I'm a little biased towards them because when I started the last beer show I do, we started just when Pilled started, just to go to Pilled. We just wanted to have a non-political show on Pilled. And that's, so I've been with them for almost since the start, like a few months after they started. And they're really good guys.
I think I have
really
been too. I just went there. I've never streamed there or anything like that. Space Cowboy says, didn't Ford want to use hemp oil diesel engine originally for his Model A? Yeah.
I heard that, and you know what? I've tried to verify. I didn't try to verify it very much. My accountant told me that, actually. And he never sent me any sauce on that, but I have heard that too. But originally, the Model A ran on ethanol because he wanted the farmers to make their own fuel and be self-sufficient.
And you could have any color you wanted as long as it was black.
I think they did have British Racing Green, but you had to custom order them. Maybe, I don't know. The Dark Forest British Racing Green, maybe. But the same thing with the computers when they first started out. You could have any color you wanted as long as it was big.
Yeah. I think that's still the case, isn't it? Well, no, you can put any kind of lights or anything in it now. Yeah, my son.
Not so much anymore, but.
What are you counting down, you guys? Salty Al Bundy and Slop Diddly Bop are sitting here counting something down. -6, -7. What is it?
Beers or
They ran it on peanut oil. You're both wrong. Super Trucker. Hey, Super Trucker, welcome to the show. Guess you like 100 different topics at once. Who? Me? Oh. Is that what you're doing? You're counting
Yeah,
all the different things we're talking about? Yeah, actually, the topic was incompetence of the government.
I did digress, and I had something to talk about that. I was going to ask you, actually, when I first came on, but we got so far off onto so many trains of thought, so we stopped at pretty much every train station I could think of. Did you recently? Dwayne Johnson went on Joe Rogan.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that.
And they were talking about him running for president or something like that, and because people are asking him, and then it got to the point where he was like, yeah, they both were saying that like everything's so divided, but they were both kind of bragging where, well, I have friends that are Trump supporters, and then Rock is like, yeah, me too, and I have friends that are Biden supporters, and Joe Rogan said, wait, what? You have friends that are Biden supporters? And he's like, let me rephrase that. I have friends that support the party. And he told me,
big difference.
Are loyal to the party. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yellow dog Democrats. That's what they used to call them anyway.
I thought they were blue dog Democrat, I thought.
They might call them that now, but I learned.
And the yellow journalism and the blue dog dinner. Yellow journalism was sensational journalism. I thought it was blue dog, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But
could be. That's just how I learned it.
Yeah. So there's so many.
So
terms,
The Rock is going to run for president or no? Nope. Hell no.
He didn't verify that. He said people were asking him to.
I wonder what people, because that's the last. In fact, that is going to be our last dive into Idiocracy. He'll be just like the Terry Crews character on Idiocracy.
Yeah. I got a solution. Yeah, this is the smartest man in the world, and if you can't figure it out, but having a wrestler, it wouldn't be the first time a wrestler's run for government. You know, there's Jesse the Lump.
Zom says,
Jesse
Rock
Ventura.
not smart. Well, most of these people are puppets anyway. And that's what I say. I wonder who it is that's actually asking him to run for president.
Yeah. But the interesting part was when Joe Rogan said, wait, you have friends that are Biden supporters? And he's like, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Because he did not want to say anybody supported Biden, basically, which was very interesting, I thought.
Well, it's actually the latest thing if you think about it. I mean, all the pundits, all the newscasters are trying to hint and get it in there that he's incompetent or that he can't talk anymore or all this other stuff that nobody really wants him.
Well, the fact that it's out in the open, they're not afraid to admit it anymore, because a lot of people were thinking it before, but I think they were to mention it. Mm-hmm. And
America will survive. Rock
right
just admitting the election steal. Yeah, you never know. Well, I was going to say, they don't have to admit it anymore. They've proven it beyond a shadow of a doubt just by what they've done and who they put in there and what he's doing. So, yeah, I never believed for a second that he won. I'm sorry. I just didn't.
Well, do you think that they had to make the incompetence so blatant like that to get it across to some people that just are sleeping, to wake up people? Do you think it had to be this way? It had to be so blatantly incompetent. It often made me wonder if this was intentional or not. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I got
That's a good one, Salty Al. That's actually exactly right, too, probably. They don't call him China Joe for nothing. If you guys are on Odysee, of course, you see the cool memes that we get over there. That's one of the things I do like about Odysee, and I'm hoping that we don't have to give up on Odysee if they take it over or whatever it is, because it's the only live stream platform where you can get the cool pictures and the memes and the GIFs and everything in the chat. It's very entertaining. And you
can do that over on Pilled.
Makes me laugh. Yeah, you can do that on Pilled. But there's are only little teeny beanie, and you have to already have them uploaded and stuff, don't you? I'm the Resistance! Yeah. And Jada, welcome, Jada Rain. Here's what I heard: Joe Biden is an asshole, lol. Kugressa, welcome. I've heard that a lot too. In fact, nobody else really told me about that. He actually, his actions, his words. In fact, Liberal Hive Mind came up with with an old video of him from like 1974, where he literally tells people, "Oh, thanks for not thinking that I'm corrupt," but, and then he talked about how stupid he was and other things that
Yeah. Well, what did Johnny Carson used to call him, like the dumbest senator in Congress or in the Senate?
Oh, right, yeah.
What he used to say about him? Johnny Carson used to say some really true. I was gonna say bad stuff, but it's true.
Oh yeah. Well, there's always been political satire, and we actually have it more here in the United States because we had the First Amendment. I'm noticing that a lot of that's going by the wayside now. Hell, look what they're doing to the guy that created Dilbert.
Oh, Scott Adams?
Yeah.
Well, he got kind of cocky when it came to the jab. I saw him go off on some tangents, and he actually attacked.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I think he's since apologized for that. Since he found out the truth and got red pilled, I do believe I've heard him. And I've actually been hearing. Everybody says, "Oh, Tim Pool, he's another fence sitter." No, he isn't. He has literally stopped. He sits on the fence on a couple of things now, but if you listen to him now, he's very adamant about things. In fact, he did an article today about the condition of the school system and everything like that. The kid that this 250-pound teenager that beat the shit, almost killed his teacher for taking his Nintendo, whatever it was. And she had 5 broken ribs and a concussion. And this kid literally almost beat this teacher to death. And Tim Pool was like, I'm not on either one of them's side because school sucks. And there's a problem when everybody says that school sucks. He said that teacher was either indifferent, antagonistic, or just, he says, everybody in their lives had at least one good teacher. He says, but especially in high school, he says, and it's because of the school system. They don't gear anything towards the kids learning anything, because kids want to learn.
Any teacher would have done the same thing in my day. Well, we didn't have even cell phones or
Hiya, Kevin.
When I went to school, but any teacher would have done the same thing. I don't know the story, but Tim Pool, I never thought of him as a fence sitter. I thought of somebody coming over the fence. I remember when Tim Pool used to be like just first coming out.
Yeah. Well, I do remember when he was kind of a fence sitter. He would say, well, something, so-and-so happened and everything, but I don't really know if that happened. He was always back and forth trying to please his entire audience. He did that for both the left and right. And he even admitted that he played the game once in a while. You got to get your followers and all of that. But lately I've been hearing him put his foot down on several things that you would think he would be a fence sitter on, but he's not.
I always thought him as a lefty up until but he was a lefty, and
hey, Gargle Snot,
and I don't think of him as sitting on the fence. I think he's coming over to the other side of the fence, which is our side of the fence.
Oh, there's been a lot of things he's been real red-pilled on. In fact, he used to be totally against 2A, and now he owns an arsenal, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's coming over the fence. That's not really
right.
that's yeah, I don't know. I guess it's how you look at it. I like the steampunk sticker of Tweak. Is that Tweak? Looks like what Tweak would do if he was a steampunk.
Oh, the frog?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cute. That Skippy Bob posted that. Super truck.
Well,
Biomass fuel, fossil fuels. I can't read that. It's too small for me to read that right now. I'll look at it.
It's still talking about the fuel. I thought we moved on from the. Okay, there's the There's a whole diagram from the 19 whatever that still thought dinosaurs gave us oil. I still don't even believe if that's the truth. But yeah.
Tim Pool will be fine now that he has Norm to coddle his balls.
Pastor.
Nah. You guys know me. I listen to everybody. That's the whole point of freedom of speech. That's the whole point of First Amendment. And how do I know who I want to avoid if I don't listen to somebody I don't agree with? You know what I'm saying? You never just... Come on.
And I'm wearing a beanie right now. Like, I feel like... Oh, gosh. Yeah.
It's a good thing. These days we understand dinosaurs didn't create oil, yes. Yeah, I was going to say, I wish they would stop calling it fossil fuels, because it's not. It's oil.
We kind of learned that when the whole thing in
That was
Louisiana,
the propaganda used to make it sound like it was scarce.
When the Louisiana well pumped out more oil than they ever said it ever existed, and it was like looting the entire Gulf Coast. They were like going, oh, yeah, I didn't think there was this much oil in the world, but now all of a sudden there's millions of gallons killing all the sea life in the Gulf. And it's like, wait, so this stuff is supposed to be scarce. I just don't
exactly. That's what I mean.
Like,
well, that's what I say. That's why they made it. And that's the propaganda that they used. The name that they changed it to make it sound like it was scarce.
Yeah.
But do you know how many things? Do you know how many things actually live? Even if it was, do you know how many things actually lived before us? There's no way to count them all. You know, in fact, people are always screaming out, "Save the Earth, save the Earth." There's 25 species that go extinct that we didn't even know about every day. There's no fucking way any human, not even if all 7 billion of us got together, that we would ever save the Earth for anything. I'm sorry, that's just not our job. It's not the way it works. But they'll use it to make money off of it. Scare the shit out of everybody. In fact, they now had there was a study out there that I saw that they now have there's more kids suffering from anxiety because of they think that the world's just going to all of a sudden just blow up. That's how scared some of these kids are now. There's such anxiety about the Earth when they should be thinking about whether or not they can do math or something, you know.
Oh yeah, our write in cursive or read cursive, our read an analog clock for that sake. It's like when I was a kid, they scared us too, but I don't know.
Yeah, I remember acid rain and the nuclear, the Cold War in the 80s, acid rain. The Ice Age,
carbons,
the gas shortage. Oh yeah, the hairspray.
The hairspray. Yeah, and with AIDS. Well, okay.
Kevin says, fun fact: salads are made of plant lungs. Think about that. I suppose you're right.
Was that my friend Kevin over? Wait.
Kevin's Chaotic Coffee is here with us tonight.
Yeah,
Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here, Maine. I see you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the No Prisoners podcast.
And so we murder plants for salad. So that carrot, I murdered that carrot to eat it.
Yep. I crunched it like it was Bobby Digital, Norman Laura sitting in a tree. Don't you let my husband hear you talk like that.
Our kitty. Yeah, kitty will.
Skylab was falling When?
There you are.
Oh, right. I remember that too. In fact, didn't it actually did fall into the ocean eventually or something like that? That was the climate change is fear porn. Yes, America will survive. That's true. It's very true. That's what I say. And since children are so impressionable, it's easy to talk them into this stuff. They don't know any better. They don't have any point of reference. So, all right. I guess they're trying to tell me that I need to give somebody else a chance to call in, Norm. Besides, the show is over in about 2 minutes. Oh my goodness, I didn't get to go through any of my stuff. But that's okay. That's the whole point of the show. When I started the show, I wasn't expecting to do a lot of the talking anyway. So, I'm going to bid you adieu. I appreciate you calling. Thank you so much and for the conversation. And hopefully you will continue to watch the show since this was your first time.
I got to go deal with Kitty now. That somebody mentioned that in the chat.
I don't care.
Oh yeah.
You're thinking excuses, man, not me.
Okay.
All right. I gotta go.
All right. Thanks for calling there, Norm. We'll see you again.
We'll see you. If you listen to No Prisoners, I'll probably call in there tomorrow too.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Have a good night. Thank you.
All right.
God bless. All right. Another fantastic phone call. Thank you so much for calling there, Norm. Next Ice Age when I was young. Remember Nimoy? Yeah. Oh God, yeah. In fact, I just watched something that they have the old shows like that on the YouTube. Okay. Actually, teaching them to sew on a real sewing machine this winter. Yeah, that's a good thing. You need to know how to sew. In fact, I might even... there's actually web pages and things like that of people asking, man, I sure wish I knew how to do this. I sure wish I taught me how to do this. And it's like, it's never too late to learn. In fact, they're claiming another thing. That one of the... Generation Z that I saw the other day was talking about how a lot of Gen Zs are illiterate right now. There's a lot of kids and people in high school, they just, with the no child left behind, they just keep passing them up and passing them up and passing them up and everything like that. And a lot of them can't read now. Not to mention adding the 2 years when everybody was out of school, you couldn't see people's faces and everything like that. I'm not surprised that there's illiterate people now. However, people have shown that can be reversed. You still can learn to read even as an adult. So don't give that up. If you're one of those people, do your very best to try to learn how to read. Get somebody to help you. Hell, get a kid to help you. They love to do that stuff. Follow Gabby Johnson for more herder tips. Okay. I saved the right version the last time you posted it. Bringing back duels would shut up the mouthy liberals and Karens. Actually, you might actually be able to start seeing that again. There was almost a fist fight between a congressman or a senator and a union boss, which mafia don, you can call him that too. That's what they used to be. According to the Mayan calendar, the world was to end in 2012. Fortunately, the Oreo cookies said not to worry. Oh, that's cute, Skippy Bob. It wouldn't surprise me either. And actually, I was going to say, didn't they say that that's like just when they thought it was going to end? I mean, didn't their civilization themselves end long time ago? So how would they know? Nobody can predict the future. No Child Left Behind versus 2.0. Where's Waldo? Welcome to the show, dude. Come, or chick, or whatever you are. Come, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm sure you found me through the pond, and I do appreciate that. All right. I usually go through a bunch of funny stuff. Excuse me. I had something that was just delicious, because this is actually, I'm going to go a little bit over just because I had this. One of the reasons why I picked this topic tonight was because of the fact that you guys remember the Mustang Ranch that got taken over by the government. Now, there's been a couple of fact checks. Supposedly the government ran it into the ground. What actually happened was they confiscated it from the original one of the owners because of he was tax fraud. Tax fraud. The government wasn't getting their cut because this was actually legal back then in Nevada. When they took it over, they wanted to give it to a horse farm that was saving the wild horses or something like that. That never happened. It literally got auctioned off on eBay, not once, but twice. And it's actually still in operation today. In fact, I've got the Yelp page up. There's some, you want to check out the Yelp page of that place. They got some real juicy scandals from some of the girls over there and everything, and people are writing these things, so that was kind of weird. But they're still in business today. They have a lodge or a resort, if you will. You can rent a room. Female adult entertainment, actually female and male adult entertainment according to the website, and food. I was actually surprised. I was actually quite surprised at some of the good reviews for the food that they have over there. In fact, when I looked at the website, for some reason, I don't know why, reminded me of Space Pirate Vaughn. Some place that he might go. And according to some of the pictures, the chicks are pretty hot. I can't show them to you. YouTube would probably turn me directly off. But our government's not the only one. This guy's trying to be funny about it, but listen to what this guy says about Trudeau. This is something that happened 6 days ago, last weekend.
Hey, Justin Trudeau. It's me again. It is Thursday. In case you didn't know, I know that you're still a little woozy from that retreat in America that we all had to pay, that you paid, we paid for out of pocket. That we were happy to pay for. You're probably busy packing your suitcases for your next adventure this weekend. You deserve it, man, but that's why we work all these hours for you, all these millions of Canadians. That's why we do it, so you can enjoy your life and make ours miserable. Thank you. I did want to show you something, though. This is what we call the Trudeau soup. It's basically just a bowl of water. It's called water soup. Sometimes people get road salt and put it in there for a little extra taste. And you have made that all possible, man. Thanks for raising everything way, way too high. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching our figure for us, man. Thanks.
This guy actually, this is Ice Cube Sandwiches on TikTok. He literally has an entire site full of these jokes and these things that Trudeau has done throughout. So if you want to go check him out, again, another example of average human beings showing us and talking about and complaining about using their, well, they don't have First Amendment rights, but at least they have the God-given right to speak. They're supposed to anyway, about how bad the government is. And of course, this is your school system at work. You guys probably saw this. PhD woman humbled in a group IQ test. This is delicious, but
I'm 21, I'm a high school graduate, and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology, and I work in a biotech industry. Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now that's her rating everyone how she thinks their IQ is going to come out. And she, of course, picks Ryan, the Marine guy, the high school graduate, as last. She explains why, but we can read between the lines here. Watch.
2, I don't know, PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a
I'm
biotech
just so
company,
great.
make COVID
Oh, I'm just so terrific.
Stuff like that.
I went to school and probably have $100,000 in debt right now, but I'm just smarter than everybody else, and I'm great. And I make, what did she say? She said, I make COVID-19 tests. So she essentially works in a factory. That's, yeah. How many tests do those go out? How many do you have to? She works in a factory for making tests for COVID. Okay, so then she, like I say, she's going around. Oh, I'm just so fantastic. Just look at me. Oh, just look at, watch me look down my nose at you guys. I'm better than all the rest of you.
Then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us. Tyler, he ranked last for me personally because the way he carries himself.
Because of the way he carries himself. No, because he's a straight, white male, and she's a PhD out of this college system. This is, like I say, again, this is our government at work. The government is literally taking over all of colleges as far as that goes too. You know, and again, they're incompetent as well with making these colleges adhere to our amendments, our Constitution. This is why you get this. But yeah, it's not because of your background or anything like that. She didn't want to say it out loud because she knew she'd probably be bashed for it. But he's a straight white male. And he's a little younger than she is. But again, this is how they've been taught to look at these people with bias. Well, look what happens.
He was ranking intelligence based on his point of view and not taking...
Who else's point of view would he base anything on? This is what I say. This PhD is full of shit, and she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Oh, he's not taking into anybody else's point of view consideration. Yeah, when you judge something like that, you don't. Who else's point of view do you want him to use? PhD.
In other people's point of views. So number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee.
This is after the IQ test now.
And number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
So his IQ is... What was it? Let me see. They move it so fast. After the IQ test. He was 3rd and she was 6th.
And number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
His was 131. Hers was 112. 19 points. 19-point difference. And look at her face. She's like, oh shit, I stepped in it. This is what needs to happen to these people. You're not better than anyone else because you went to some fucking college. You're not better than anyone else because you think you're smarter than anyone else. And you're definitely not better than anyone else with a sheet of paper that says you have a PhD. In fact, if you would have told me some of the things that you told me and then you told me you had a PhD, actually, either way, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And this is exactly how we need to start putting some of these people in their places. You are not better than anyone else because of your schooling. In fact, I would venture to say that if Jesus was to come right now, he would probably go for that guy before he would go for you. Because that guy didn't sit there and judge you and tell you, oh, you're this, and because of I'm going to judge. No, but she did. And again, you read between the lines of what she said. She judged him because he's a straight white male. And everybody in academia right now has turned straight white males into demons. Nobody wants to be these people don't want to be associated with it. But you know what? After this, if I would walk past her, I wouldn't befriend her. I would be polite or anything like that, but she's not somebody I'd hang out with. I'd be afraid. I wouldn't be afraid, but I mean, she'd be one of those ones that would always, oh well, I can do this better. She'd be a one-upser, one of those one-uppers. I guarantee it. She just acts that way. All right, then of course you got this. And this is actually one of the reasons I think that the government's starting to get away with more and more and just being blatant about it. Because this is somebody that looks like they just came out of the school system. They might have came out of high school. You guys all know Justin Awad, but I mean...
Can you name the 5 Kardashian sisters?
Kim, Courtney, Khloe, Kendall, and Kylie.
Amazing. Do you know who the 46th president of the USA was?
Obama. I don't know.
Yes, very good.
For real? Oh, shit.
Do you know what 3 times 3 times 3 is? Around what is that? Some quick mental math.
My nephews know what that is. And they're not even teenagers yet. Come on, lady.
30.
Yes, very good. Awesome.
For real?
Yeah. You just guessed? No, you did. How many countries make up North America?
North America.
Yeah. If you were born in 1990, how old would you be this year? Around how old, if you had to guess?
Like 30?
Yeah,
almost.
Around there. Do you know how many letters make up the alphabet?
No, like 36.
Yes. Can you name the 5 Kardashian sisters?
Oh, that's something you learn in kindergarten. Oh my God. So yeah, this is our education system at work. Now again, this is just a few people, but this guy's got an entire site with nothing but these questions on it. It's ridiculous. And people should know how many letters are in the alphabet. I mean, come on. Okay. Let's see. Did I get something funny? Oh, okay. It's gotten so bad in the neighborhoods or in the cities and everything like that. Well, check it out.
How you doing? I apologize if there was any confusion. I am an AI language model developed by OpenAI called ChatGPT. I am here to provide information, answer questions, engage in conversations, and assist.
Whoa! Hey, whoa, a robot! Wait! No!
He wanted to play MMA with the robot. Poor guy. Poor nerd. But this guy just didn't seem to understand anything. That guy's talking like, I've never heard those words before. But he's silver. Oh, let me just punch him anyway. It's like, really? And then, of course, everybody, this goes back to what I said earlier. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be a star. Now, I couldn't find the original video, so you're just going to have to deal with Tyler Zed's comments. But the name of this TikTok that this guy did was, It's Everywhere.
What am I watching?
Come on.
What am I watching?
What is going on here? Why did it stop? Why did it stop?
Just comes along. By the way, why don't put that on?
There we go.
What am I watching?
I don't know why it keeps stopping.
This is like yeah. At the construction site. What the? No.
Best Buy.
Oh.
That's some warehouse.
On the job, man.
Ah! Hate commercials. Walmart.
It's everywhere.
At the barber. The Uber driver!
No! Come on! It's everywhere. What?
And Starbucks. Of course, Starbucks isn't a surprise. But yeah. Is that what everybody does now? And like I say, you see all those. Every one of those were TikToks that they cut together on that one. It's everywhere. I saw a video where college kids were learning to use can openers. It really wasn't a joke. Yeah, I saw that one too. Were they actually learning? In fact, was that the one where he finally got it all the way through and the whole crowd that was around him went, "Yay!" afterwards? I saw that one too. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys head on over to Drunken Rockies, but not before I give you... Actually, since everything's been so crappy and everything is just going crazy and they're just blatantly trying to take our rights and things away from us. Hopefully, as Styx says, that there'll be some lawsuits about this and everything like that, because this particular thing has been shot down by the Supreme Court several times with the internet equity and all this other stuff, discriminating and everything like that, because it basically takes all the private companies and turns them into government-operated corporations, which, again, you get nothing, you pay out the ass, and they don't do anything. I've never seen the government take anything over and make it better. Ever. Never. Not to mention the fact all the fucking lies they give you every time they try and make it sound like it's something good. So, I decided today we needed a double blessing from a Marmari tonight before we go. This one is the truth.
This is the only way to heaven. I need to reach Golgotha. Don't look back. Yes, I was once upon a time in the pig's field. Yes, I did all the wrong things in my life. Yes, I lied, I swore, I hurt, I damaged, I stole, I killed, I did bad things. It is the past. Now I'm getting up because there is one who died and rose from the dead for me. His name is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He is my good shepherd. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I'm getting up. Satan will always come and put all the ugly past right before your eyes. And then he'll say, look at you, shame on you, shame on you. Look what kind of a person you are, how low you are. Do you think Jesus gives one penny about you? Jesus doesn't care about someone filthy as you are. You say to him, say to Satan, filthy I am, but the blood of the Lamb of God has made me whiter than snow.
Made you whiter than the driven snow. Yes. Yes, he died for us. Like I say, that was what I mentioned earlier. I'm not worthy of this, but that's been taken care of. But I'll never be worthy. Can't do this without him or you guys. What can I tell you? And of course, Marmari sends blessings around the world to everyone. We all need this right now. Like I say, a double shot of Marmari because everything's been so tough and shitty lately.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, one God. Amen. With you, our beloved is Bishop Murray. I would like just to send our love and regards to all of our beloved viewers who live outside of Australia, overseas, those who are living in America, those who are living in Europe and elsewhere throughout this globe. I pray to the Almighty God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, one God in nature and essence, to bless you, guide you, and protect you, and deliver you from all the attacks of the enemy, whether it be visible or invisible. And I pray soon, very soon in the near future, would be able to come out, especially to the United States of America, because prior to the pandemic, we used to go several times a year, visiting America, LA, Chicago, and other parts as well.
I'd love to meet him. I hope he comes to Texas.
Arizona. So I pray that we'll come back in the near future again. So please stay tuned, and the next time we have a visit to America or any other parts in the world, we will make those announcements accordingly. Until then, may the Lord Jesus bless you, guide you, and protect you all the days of your life and forevermore. Amen. God bless.
I have faith that he will. Okay. Somebody said on here. Where's Waldo? Great to catch a stream, Laura. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. And I do appreciate you guys celebrating my 100th show. Again, I'm surprised at myself. I'm proud of myself, I guess you could say, but I'm also grateful because I couldn't do this without you guys, and I definitely couldn't do it without God. I feel that he's allowed me to, and he actually, I believe that he guides me in some of the things that I say, and hopefully I've uplifted somebody or brought someone to him, or at least to think about him. He does the rest. All right, you guys, that's about does it for me right now. Don't forget to support all the folks on Rougarou's Interactive Media Group, the community pureblood.tv. Discover some new folks. Go out there, and even if you just give them the numbers and click on their site to see what they're about, check them all out. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Thank you for the support, the comments, the phone calls, the donations, and everything else. Don't forget me to send your clips for commercials for my show or yours. I'm still working on other commercials. Hopefully after the holidays. Holidays are always really tight for me. And don't forget, I won't be here next Thursday for Thanksgiving. I hope you guys all have a happy Thanksgiving. Spend a lot of time with your families. Try to get some of those contacts back together that they ruined for the last 2 years over this virus and these jabs and all this other shit. If you can, family is the most important thing. Besides Christ, of course. Let's see. God bless you. God bless America. I wish you all peace, love, health, and music always. And until next time, AMF!